There's been a lot of creepy stuff that has been happening in Texas over the past couple of years. There was this woman named Deborah. Deborah was from a place just north of San Antonio, and she lived with her husband and daughter. Well, one night she was coming home late from the store, and she pulls into her driveway. She gets out of her car and she starts unloading groceries out of the trunk. All of a sudden, she starts to hear a rustling sound behind her. And out of these woods that were across the street from her house, she sees three children walk out. They are dressed in all black and they look sort of out of place. They proceed to walk up to her and they have sort of this soft spoken voice. Ma'am, can we play with your daughter? Can we come inside and hang out with your daughter? And she's like, who are you? Like, where did you come from? They don't say anything. She goes, look, my daughter is like asleep and it's late at night. Like, what are you guys doing out? Where are your parents? They don't respond to that. They just keep asking her, can we come inside and play with your daughter? So she's like, look, no, you cannot. Like, I don't know who you are. It's late at night. Like, you need to go back home. But they kept on, like, taunting her, saying, let us play with your daughter. And as she kept telling them no, they became more and more aggressive. So they started to yell insults and they started cussing her out. And she runs inside and gets her husband. Her husband comes out there thinking, like, who are these kids? When he gets outside, there's no one out there. So he comes in and he tells his wife, like, are you sure you've seen kids out there? Because it's just completely quiet. There's no one out there. But she's insistent that these kids were harassing her, asking to play with their daughter. So after a few weeks, she kind of forgets about all this. And she's at home one day. Her daughter's in the bedroom. And she overhears her daughter, like, laughing and giggling, like she's hanging out with someone in her bedroom. But she knows that it's just her and her daughter. So she calls for her daughter. And when her daughter comes to the living room, she asks, hey, like, what's going on in your room? Like, is there someone here? Like, why are you laughing and like giggling like you're playing with someone? And she goes, oh, mommy, like, my new friends, I invited them in and they came into my room and we're playing. She goes, what new friends? And she goes, I met them. They came from the woods across the street. And so instantly the mom's like, stay here. She runs to the bedroom. And when she opens the door, there's no one there. So she goes back to her daughter and says, who are these kids? Like, where did they go? She goes, Mom, I don't know. They were in my room. She goes, I've been playing with them for the past couple of weeks. And so the mom is just like floored. Like, did she invite these kids that I seen outside in the house? So she tells her daughter, you are not to hang out with them anymore until I talk to their parents and figure out like what's going on and talk to them about how they were harassing me. So the daughter agrees and she goes back to her bedroom. And so she leaves her house and she goes around to some of the neighbors and she starts asking them, like, do you know anything about these kids? And none of the neighbors know who these people are. And so she comes back to her house. And when she gets back to her house, it's now dark. She sees her daughter next to the woods across the street. So she immediately runs over to her. What are you doing? Like, why are you out of the house? She goes, oh, mommy, I'm going to play with the kids that were in my room. They told me to come in the woods. And so she tells her, no, you get in the house now. So she brings her in the house. And over the next couple of weeks, she keeps, hearing about these imaginary friends that she can't see that this girl's playing with, but she never like sees them again. And then one day they were driving and they were in this terrible accident and the daughter got hurt really bad. So did the mother. And Deborah attributed that to this encounter she had with these strange children.